You're watching the new News Hour on Global Calgary.
Earlier today, Leslie Horton was at a happy reunion between the parents of a brand new baby girl and the emergency officials who helped her get the best start in life.
So Kayla's making her TV debut on Global, and Kayla likes to make a little bit of a fuss because she was born, well, really on the road, in a car, wasn't she? Mom and Dad, the Baldwins and Jason and Tyler, and little sister Kayla, you guys had quite an experience in August. Not one I'm sure you'd want to repeat, but who ended up delivering the baby, Dad?
Actually, both of us, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of a little bit of out of your comfort zone. Now you're used to it. You had a couple here, and then you woke up, you were in labor, and you were on your way to the hospital, and surprise!
Yes. On the way to the hospital, we made it around the corner, and I said, well, I think we should stop at the urgent care center instead of the Rocky View Hospital, and she wasn't going to wait for that either, so as we pulled onto McLeod Trail, she came.
Really fast. Goodness, really, really fast.
We just got onto McLeod Trail out of Lake Chaparral, and I put on the brakes. I started to run around to the back of the car, and I saw a construction truck coming by, so I just kind of waved at them. And I got around to the side of the door, and the baby was already coming out. So I looked back, and by that time the guys were there, so I handed him the phone to kind of be a go-between.
You know what, all that matters is that she ended up being okay. The ambulance arrived. Mom is doing okay. She had a couple of days in the hospital.
Yeah, she was in the hospital for 10 days. She kind of got an extra transfusion of blood from me because of the cord not being clamped right away. And they had to do a platelet transfusion and a saline transfusion, but she is doing really, really well now.
Boy, do you guys ever say thank you to EMS?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They were amazing. They were awesome. They were there in less than 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It was just awesome.
On the phone, in person, and there's even a firefighter's angle to this one. We're going to talk about that coming up next half hour.
Leslie Horton is back with more on that great story of a baby girl born in her parents' car on McLeod Trail and the emergency officials who were on the scene to help.
Emergency operator, good thing, because he had to operate under some extreme emergency conditions. Tyler, you're on the phone with a dad who's, the baby's here.
Yep.
They're in a bit of a panic. They're on the side of the road, so you have to kick into your training gear and be calm in a pretty tense state.
Yep. It was, I mean, it was the first one that I've done like this, and it was a harrowing experience, and it wasn't like they teach you in training. I mean, it happened all within minutes, it seemed, and he did good. A lot better than I did with my first kid.
Yeah. And the baby's doing well, too. A bit of a bumpy entry into the world, so again, good thing that you were on the other end for Dad, as well as for baby Kayla. And then we get the paramedics that arrive on scene, and what happened when you guys got there?
Oh, when we arrived, Dad was doing some artificial respirations on the baby to try and stimulate it to breathe on its own, doing a very good job of it. The bystanders who were there had tied off the umbilical cord, so we picked up Kayla, took her into the back of the ambulance. Teresa looked after her mum. We got her warmed up, got her breathing, and took her to the Rocky View.
Boy, Teresa, now you've got a mum, now you've got a baby in the back of the ambulance, and it's all happening pretty quickly. What's going through your mind when this is going on?
Just for backup, we had another ambulance on its way, just in case mom and baby weren't doing well. So baby could go with another crew, and then mom could stay with us. But luckily, everything worked out well, and we didn't need to cancel them and went to the Rocky View.
Boy, training really pays off, hey, you guys? You all work together as a team on this one.
Indeed, and that's one of the wonderful things about working in Calgary. We have the PSCC who works with all the departments, and we work very closely with the fire department as well, so we can all gel when we need to.
Yeah, and the fire department even arrived at this one, Jeff. You get on scene to do whatever is needed. As it turns out, you're the guy driving the ambulance, so these two can be in the back with the patient.
Exactly, yeah. Our role as firefighters is to assist them at the calls, and I got to drive the ambulance back to the hospital.
So, rookie firefighter, what's going through your mind when all this is going on?
Primarily just trying to get there safely and at a good rate of speed. But I was also talking to the father who was in the front seat with me, and we're just basically just chatting and keeping him calm and, you know, keep his mind off what's going on in the back.
Okay. Well, if it takes a village to raise a child, it takes firefighters, EMS, emergency services operators to bring a child safely into the world. Of course, mom and dad as well. Happy ending to this story. Little Kayla's doing fine.